Hi dear students, today we are going to learn about the class 11th NCERT syllabus, English core course, The Portrait of a Lady, introduction by Kushwant Singh. He describes his relationship with his grandmother over the years. He writes her daily activities and how she evolved as a character as time passed by. He explains her appearance, which helps create an image in the reader's mind. So we will discuss the details of this course lesson of this story thoroughly in the video. Thank you. Please wait. Now we are moving to the paragraph wise discussion. In the first paragraph, we could see Kushwant Singh says that his grandmother is like everybody's grandmother. The narrator knows his grandmother for 20 years. She was old and wrinkled always. He describes the drawing room of the old house where he could find the portrait of his grandfather. And he describes the mannerisms of his grandfather also. While we go through the first paragraph, we could see a narration of a detached spectator. And in the second paragraph, we could see he narrates the features or mannerisms of his grandmother. One of his expressions is like this: she could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. Grandmother was always pious, chanting inaudible prayers. Here he compares the grandmother. She was like a winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. In the third paragraph, he and his grandmother were good friends. His parents left him with his grandmother as they went city for their job. His grandmother woke him up and sing song morning prayer while she bathed and dressed him up for school. And she takes stale chapatis for the village dogs. The stale chapatis with a little butter and sugar was the breakfast for them. After having this breakfast, he went to school. And in the fourth paragraph, Kushwant Singh's grandmother always went to school with him because the school was attached to the temple. After school hours, they walked back together with village dogs to their home. The dogs were fighting each other since they feed stale chapatis. And in the fifth para, we could see that when his parents settled in the city, he shifted to a city school. This made a change in the relationship or in the friendship of his grandmother and himself. He goes to an English school in a motor bus. His grandmother feeds sparrows in the courtyard of the city house. Though they share same house, they share the same room, the curtailment of their relationship was very large. And in the sixth para, we could see that as the years passed by after the school hours when he met grandma, she would ask him what the teacher had taught him. He will tell some English words, Western science and learning, the law of gravity, Archimedes' principle, the world being round, etc. This made her unhappy. She was unable to help him with his lessons. She was distressed that there was no teaching about God and the scriptures. She was against the music lessons taught in school. According to her, it was the monopoly of harlots and beggars and not meant for gentlefolk. Throughout this story, we could find a transition in the relationship of Kushwant Singh with his grandmother. And we could find three sections in this story. The first one is village school or the village life. In the village life, we could see that the attachment with grandmother was very high or very close relationship was there with his grandmother and himself. And while going to city school, that relationship has been curtailed. When Kushwant Singh moves to higher studies, that relationship has been fade up. This is all for the story. You please read the story. Thank you for watching. Please read the story and brood over the story. Thank you.